Yo, what up, dogs? I went and saw The Flash on Thursday at 6:30 at a regular standard definition theater, and I think only 15 people were there. And I have to be honest with you, was this movie worth all the hype? All the hype? No, it wasn't. The movie was okay. I left the theater entertained, but I think I was really high off of some nostalgia berries and some really cool cameos. The audience around me, even though it was 15 people, they laughed. I think we all agreed there's some really cringy moments. And in the end, when we left the theater, I think we left at least entertained for that moment in time. Or we were all just really drunk on nostalgia. Because there's some cool stuff in this film. And there's also a lot of cringy stuff in this film. I'm kind of torn on this movie where it's like, it has its moments, it has some good moments, but all the marketing and all the hype that was put out there really just spoiled this movie. And also, the movie itself doesn't really matter to anything because we know the DCU is over. And so it's just like, are we just watching it to see a train wreck in a sense? Or is this just a curiosity watch? I don't think I'm ever going to watch it again, but like, when I was there in that seat, I enjoyed myself. Yeah, I can say that. But let's break this movie down a little bit because there's things in here that I did not like, and there's things in here that I did like. There is some genuine things that I actually did like in this movie that I thought that was cool. But let's just get it. I got the notes out here. So to start, this movie is directed by Andrew Muschietti, who did It 1 and It 2. I only seen It 1 of his, and I never got around to watching It 2 because I just didn't care anymore. But you know what? This movie, directed nicely. There's some scenes where I'm like, they lost it in the edit for sure. There's just some really awkward editing in this movie. But aside from that, it was a nice process to go through. I think the movie's like 2 hours and 20 minutes long. It didn't feel like 2 hours and 20 minutes for me. Sometimes there was some scenes where I'm like, this is dragging a little bit. And I wish they cut a couple things out. But that's just me being picky, where we could have maybe tightened this up to like a 2 hour movie. But anyways, that's just being picky, okay? The story is very, very simple. It's all about Barry Allen, played by Ezra Miller, who has the ability of the Flash. Like, if I have to explain this, the Flash, he can run really, really fast. And eventually he learns the ability to time travel because he goes so fast. He goes faster than the speed of light and he can time travel. But the whole story is really all about Barry Allen in his quest to bring back his mother. He is driven to, like, he's been very driven to make sure his father is free from committing the crime of killing his mother, which he never did. But Ezra wishes he could have saved his mom. And now that he has the ability to be able to potentially change the outcomes of the past to make his future better, he goes and tries that. But before we even get to that big story arc, there's the start of this movie where Barry Allen is working for Batman as, well, he's not really working for Batman, he's doing Justice League stuff, right? And so they have to, this big, the classic like intro to any superhero movie. He's doing superhero stuff. And in this scene, there's something going on at a hospital and Barry is tasked to go and save and clear out the hospital with his super speed, while Batman goes and hangs out and like beats up Falcone's son or something like that. So they're in two different missions, right? And in this scene, there is a section where these babies, this scene's garbage, guys, where these babies fall out of a window because the building structure is about to collapse, okay? And I don't mean to spoil any of this. I have to talk about it because this is one of the silliest, and like, I can't believe they allowed this to happen in a movie at all. Like, I'm surprised it got greenlit. Like, they didn't say, hey, we should edit that out. So these babies are falling out the window, and the Flash is using his abilities to capture everybody and save them. And there's one baby in particular that he grabs and puts into a microwave. And I guess they thought that was supposed to be humorous to us in the audience. but it wasn't to me. And maybe someone else somewhere else out in the world laughed at that scene, but I sat there for a minute. I'm a child of the 80s and 90s. You know, I grew up, we saw the Gremlins explode in the microwave, and like there was a lot of microwave danger growing up, and just seeing this concept come out into real life where he actually puts a baby into the microwave and closes the microwave door. I was just sitting there, I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, this was the most absurd, out of pocket thing I think I've seen in cinema that's not in a horror movie, like, ever. This is a PG-13 movie, and I'm like, what the hell am I watching here? And not only do I have to question this, there is an odd amount of swearing in this film. Like, Barry Allen cusses quite a bit. Like, he says the S word a lot. He talks about his junk a lot. And he also does drop an F-bomb in this film. And in front of me, in the row ahead of me here, there's at least like 3 or 4, like, let's say 10-year-olds taking in this movie. And I'm just sitting there going, this is some adult content. We got babies in a microwave. Like, how could you even put that in this movie that is for children, to give them even the concept or idea that it might be okay to put your baby brother or sister or whatever in the freaking microwave? That is just so mind-boggling to me. It broke me when I was watching this film. I was just kind of like, what are you doing, Warner Brothers? This is absurd. Absurd. And also the CGI on these babies is disgustingly bad. Like, almost like early 2000s CGI baby. Remember that baby that danced, or the Blockbuster baby? Remember that baby? That's how bad the CGI is on these babies. And it was disgusting to see that too. And like, sure, I guess they thought, hey, maybe if we make cartoon babies, the message isn't the same. That's wrong. That's bull. I'm calling bull. That whole scene annoyed me. I'm wasting so much time just talking about that one scene. I'm sorry. And it's in the first like 15 minutes of the movie. I don't even care what Ben Affleck's doing. I'm thinking about this damn baby in the microwave. And they bring up it's a callback as a joke, like later on in the movie. They bring it back up about a baby in a microwave. I'm just like, come on, like, dudes. Oh my God. So I have to say, like, going as I was talking about the relationship of Barry and his mother and how she passed away and stuff, right? And he wants to right that wrong. There is some very, very good, powerful scenes between Barry Allen, played by Ezra Miller again, and his mother. Hold on, Maribel Verdú. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And she plays Nora Allen, and that's his mom. And they share some legit good chemistry between each other, man. There's a couple scenes where he's like old Barry, and he sees his mom for the first time, and you might cry. You might weep a little bit, just a little bit, because it was very emotional. And the end sequence, which I won't tell you what happens, also very emotional. And they really do build up the emotion, the love, the loss between him and his mother, the trials and tribulations that him and his father are going through this whole thing. And that's really the driving force for Barry to actually alter time, is he just wants his mom in his life, and he thinks his life would be better if his mom was in it, and his father. Like, he's all about the family, really. Like, he misses his dad. His dad's stuck in prison for life for murdering his mom. So he just thinks that it would be a better life for him if he could fix this one problem. And he tells Bruce, which is Ben Affleck in this, that he has this ability to alter time. And Bruce Wayne, aka Ben Affleck, is like, don't do it, dog. You're going to screw something up. We don't know what's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. But Barry doesn't care. He goes and does it. And then chaos ensues, which is the second half of this movie. The first half of this movie really takes a little bit of time just to develop the relationship between the father-son, the father and the mother, and the family dynamic, which is really nice and actually great. And they also bring in Iris West, who is played by, my bad, why did I fold the paper up? I do this every time. Iris West, who is played by, I think it's Kiersey Clemons. She's really good too, and she's like a nice foil for Barry, as like to ground him a little bit in like just like she's the one covering the case because the trial's happening for his father's going to be released for not committing the crime because they got new evidence from Bruce Wayne and his cool tech. And Iris West is like a little bit of a foil, and it is a love interest in the future as well. And also, I think I should make a point here. If you've ever read the Flashpoint comic book, this movie really doesn't really take all the Flashpoint elements that you're used to. This is a very loosely inspired movie about Flashpoint, okay? And you do get a new Bruce Wayne. When he goes to alter time, he actually runs into, I think it's Death or Black Flash. I can't remember what Black Flash's name is. If it's Black Flash, fine. Or Dark Flash, or like Death Flash. I totally forget what it is right now. But that character shows up and pushes him out of the multiverse section. And let me just talk about the CGI again here in the multiverse. I can't remember what they call it, but like a time portal that he creates. The CGI, okay, the concept is cool where he runs forward and it's built into spheres. So as he runs forward, each sphere of time comes in front of him like a nice band around him. The concept is cool. I give it that. An A for effort on the concept. And as he runs forward, the bands come down as the next layer of time or intervals of time in his life keep happening, right? And it's all within this one universe. And so he's ripping through these things as he's running forwards. And then when he runs backwards, which looks ridiculous, the time bands go upwards, right? And it keeps going up and keeps going up. And I thought that was kind of cool. And like he figures out like he could peek into these portals to see in the moment of time that he can actually alter it. And that's when he gets pushed out of time by Black Flash. And he doesn't, like regular Flash, Barry Allen, doesn't know that he's actually in a different time until he sees the second Barry Allen. And when these two guys get together, I have to say they're annoying. Young Barry Allen, Barry Flash, is absolutely annoying. Like, he's just so annoying. You kind of get tired of him talking, and his laugh is annoying too. There's just a lot about him that's just absolutely annoying, and you're just like, can you shut up, please? I'm trying to enjoy a movie here. But he just keeps going and going, and like, his character gets a little bit cooler and a little bit more toned down. But again, you get this fish out of water sequence where he actually learns how to use his Flash powers, and there is some humor there. There is a lot of witty banter and humor between the two Flashes. And eventually, once you get into the second half, you get to meet Michael Keaton Batman, which has all been spoiled for us. And all the sequences with Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne and Batman, it's great. It's actually great to see him. It's just great to be back with that character. This is where I was just indulging in the memoberries, and I'm like, this is fun. And like, even Kara, who plays Kara again? Hold on. The actress who plays Kara, she was actually cool too, or AKA Supergirl. She was cool too. What was her name? Did I not write it down? Oh, Sasha Calle. She was cool and fine. I actually liked her for a bit. And like, just like for the bit that she's in, she's not in it a lot, but the scenes that she's in, she's cool. And like how they actually like bring the Barry Allen's Flash powers back. There's a lot of cool scenes in here with her and with Batman. And like the whole second half of this movie is very entertaining. And that's where they hit you with all the nostalgia. There is a really nice nostalgia piece at the beginning of this film too, when I guess it's already been ruined, but I'm not going to ruin it. But we get some members of the Justice League together, and it's nice to see them together. But you're also kind of like, I'll never see you guys together ever again after this, you know. So, sayonara, you know what I'm saying? And like, there's things about this movie, man. I'm telling you. There's things about this movie where you're like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's not cool. You know, and that's pretty much what goes on in this entire film. And then, like, as the story goes on, you get, like, it's not, like, the story, I wouldn't say it's, like, all over the place or a big hot mess, but there's a point when you get to, like, the third act where, like, when Zod shows up and stuff like that, which is played by Michael Shannon. And I don't even know if Michael Shannon's actually in this movie. He looks so CGI'd. Like, General Zod looks super CGI'd. I'm just like, did you rent out your face for this? Like, did you just show up? Or, like, I don't get it. It doesn't look real. Like, they didn't look really like he was there. And the sequences of the Flash, Supergirl, Batman versus General Zod, it is entertaining, but at the same time, you're kind of sitting there going, none of these people here can beat up General Zod. Like, if, like, Kara is our Superman now, she can't hang with Zod. Like, Superman in our world can hang with Zod and breaks his neck. Like, we all know this. But in this universe, like, the Flash, Batman, and Kara, they just get their ass handed to them repeatedly. And that's what causes the other Flash, Young Barry, to keep using his abilities to restart time over and over and over and over. And he creates, like, a big Nexus event, which is pretty cool. And when the Nexus event actually happens, I think that's like probably my favorite element in this whole movie is the Great Nexus event, where all these universes are starting to implode on each other and break down. I thought that looked cool. Again, the CGI, not the greatest, but we get a lot of cool cameos in there. And there's some cameos in there I didn't even know that were actually going to be in this film, because I really tried my best to avoid all the damn spoilers that were out there. Warner Brothers tried very hard to just spoil the crap out of this movie. So if you're one of the few people out there that were able to avoid everything, kudos to you, because you probably enjoyed this movie a lot more than me, because you got to be, like, freshly engaged with these member berries, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, here it comes, you know? But there was one that I didn't know that was actually a thing, and I thought that was really cool. And there's the other stuff that's already been ruined. All of it was super cool to see it, but I don't know, man. I don't even know if this movie was worth the hype. All the, like, what James Gunn was out there saying, this is the greatest movie he's ever seen, and, like, Tom Cruise was out there saying this is the greatest movie he's ever seen. I got nothing else to say about this film. It's good. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, will it go into the collection? Probably not. Maybe I'll put it in the collection as, like, just to finish off the DCU stuff, but probably not going to make it. I don't think I ever need to watch this movie again. Would I like a sequel? Sure. Maybe. Actually, no. I don't. Even how this movie ended and the after credits sequence, I'm like, I'm done. I'm good. Like, we can leave it here. We can park this, put it in the box to the left. We're good. I don't need any more of it. I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Do I want Michael Keaton to come back as Batman and do something other, like Batman and Beyond? Yeah, give me that. Yeah, give me that. And yeah, that's it. I got nothing else. I got nothing else to say about this film. Go see it if you want to. Go see it as a curiosity. If you got some money to waste, maybe go see it. I don't know. Tuesday cheap night if you can. Anyways, I'm out of here, man. I'm going to go watch, like, Extraction 2, and I'm going to try to see Elementals and The Blackening, hopefully, and Indy 5 is coming, so I'm going to try and see all those movies over the course of the next couple weeks. Whatever you guys are watching, I hope you're enjoying it, and, I'm out. Bye. Peace.